TitleMatchNetwork.com.
How did you wind up working for the Crockett's?
In 1980, Paul Jones and my dad were friends. We were pretty good friends years before. And that broke in. I'd been working in Portland for about a year. And my dad made some calls for me. Talked to Paul Jones. That territory was on fire with Steamboat and Jay Youngblood. Doing really well. Got me booked.
What are your memories of the Crockett's as promoters?
I always thought that they were kind of arrogant, you know. Jimmy Crockett was kind of an arrogant guy.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Do you think they wanted to be part of the boys?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Jimmy Crockett used to like suck up to Flair, you know.
Right.
This Flair would, you know, Rick would be Rick, and you know, he always had to have women around in the bars and stuff, and you know, buying pictures of kamikazes. And yeah, Jimmy Crockett was around. He was always like right there in the mix, trying to get laid.
Who'd you travel with back in that territory?
I traveled with Steamboat, traveled with Flair, traveled with Buzz, traveled with Johnny Weaver. Pretty much traveled with everybody off and on, you know.
Any good memories of Ric Flair from this time period? Did you get along with Flair?
Yeah, I got along with Flair back then. Yeah, and then when I went back to Oregon after that year I spent in Charlotte, you know, whenever Flair he had won the title, and then he was going around all the territories with the title, and he would come back to Oregon, out to Oregon. He would call me. I'd hook him up with a room. He would stay at the Red Lion out there, so I got him hooked up out there, and I'd party with him, you know, when he was out there. And but yeah, then my relationship with him kind of soured for one reason or another, you know. But yeah, and when I first broke in, Flair and I were pretty good friends.
Memories of Ricky Steamboat from the Crockett territory.
Oh man, Ricky was always a great guy. He was always helping, lending a helping hand to like me and young guys in the business. Yeah, he was a big help. Just learning how to work and the psychology and keeping that fire. And yeah, I've always had Ricky on a pedestal. A lot of respect for Ricky.
Now, he wasn't a partier or anything like that. Obviously, he got
Oh yeah.
Because he was a partier?
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Well, doesn't he want to admit it? Yeah, he was a partier.
Okay. What about Wahoo McDaniel as far as a booker? Did you consider him a good booker?
You know, he didn't really stand out to me, you know, as a great booker, but I wasn't around him long enough to see that, whether he was or not. I just know he was a wild man. Yeah.
How long were you in that territory for?
I was there 1980, the entire year of 80, and then I went back in 82 for a short period of time, and then I went to Atlanta when Ole had the book down there.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you about that. Yeah. What about Magnum TA? Memories of Magnum.
Magnum, he came to Richmond Coliseum one night. He approached Buzz and I, wanted to be a wrestler, and Buzz hooked up with him and broke him into business and took him out to Oregon. Later found out that they were related. Magnum and Buzz Sawyer were cousins.
Huh.
And they didn't even know it for probably a year. They found out they were cousins. But, Magnum was a good man, you know. I always got along good with him, and Buzz kind of screwed him around a few times. And
we did an interview with Magnum, and he said that Buzz took advantage of him. So.
Yeah, and sad that it happened.
Right. Yeah. You actually dated Johnny Weaver's daughter, Penny Banner, I think.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Johnny?
Johnny died not long ago, right? I believe.
I don't know.
Yeah. I always liked Johnny. Johnny used to travel with him when I broke into business in 80 in Charlotte. Yeah, Johnny was a good man.
About that, When you left the Crockett territory, do you think you burnt your bridge there? Or?
No, no, I don't think so.
When you were there, I guess, what was the highlight of your career for the Crockett's? Your main programs? Who were some of the guys that you really worked with?
Well, Buzz and I were partners.
Right.
And they put the Mid-Atlantic straps on us, and so yeah, I can't even remember exactly who we worked with, but the territory was doing good. I was doing well. Yeah, we would have good matches, and every night was go out there and tear it up.
When you went back to Portland, how different was it for you coming back now as an established star?
Um, no, it was a good thing. It was a good thing because Buddy talked Don and hey, Matt's coming back. So at first I came back and I was just working prelims and then worked my way up. And when Buddy started going out with my sister and then married my sister, it like put me right there on top.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
TitleMatchNetwork.com